Question 6 is one that is raised by the Siftei Chachamim and relates to a conflict between Rashi's commentary here with respect to Avraham to a commentary he makes to the opening pasuk of Vayigash with respect to Yosef and his brothers.
In Parshat Vayera, Rashi offered three options to the word Vayigash. The second of those options was piyus, compromise, and the proof text for this was Vayigash Elav Yehuda, which would seem to imply that the Vayigash Elav Yehuda, as he approached Yosef, was that he was willing to work out a compromise. Yet, in the commentary to Vayigash Elav Yehuda, Rashi writes very clearly, Mikan ata lamed, from here one can derive that Shediber Elav Kashot, that there was a degree of antagonism as Yehuda approached Yosef. Kashot, a verbal milchama. This certainly conflicts with what Rashi has written about this pasuk in Parshat Vayera. Why Rashi changed from what he writes in Parshat Vayera, that the Vayigash was compromise, to what he writes in Parshat Vayigash, that the Vayigash Elav Yehuda was Diber Elav Kashot.
In the words of the Siftei Chachamim, Rabim Makshim al Raya Zo, there are many who question the accuracy of this proof pasuk. Harav Gufei, the Rav, referring to Rashi, himself writes, the Kaman further on, Diber Elav Kashot, that the Vayigash of Parshat Vayigash suggests that he spoke with harshness and antagonism, not compromise. The Siftei Chachamim goes on to suggest that Ube'emet, in actuality, Ta'ot Sofer Hu. This is a mistake that has crept in through the hands of the manuscript copiers, Ritzarech Lihiyot, and the correct version of the proof pasuk comes from Yehoshua 14:6, in which we have the word Vayigash, albeit in plural form. Subject of the pasuk is also Yehuda. In this case, however, it was the tribe of Yehuda, the Bnei Yehuda. The Rebbe does not accept the solution of the Siftei Chachamim, and hence question 6 is the conflict between Rashi's commentary to the Vayigash of Avraham to the Vayigash found in Parshat Vayigash.
The puzzling aspect of his change in Parshat Vayigash is compounded by the fact that he totally disregards the authoritative source upon which the drash in Parshat Vayera is based, namely the Bereshit Rabbah. He ignores the Bereshit Rabbah and for some reason offers his own interpretation to Vayigash Elav Yehuda. Finally, there is a change in terminology that Rashi undertakes, which on the surface is relatively innocuous, but will eventually underpin an answer to all 8 questions. After establishing the 3 options for the word Vayigash, Rashi relates those 3 options to Avraham, and writes, Olechol elu nichnas Avraham. Avraham was nichnas, translated by the ArtScroll as undertook, and was prepared for all 3 eventualities. The Daber Kashot, verbal battle, ulapiyus, compromise, ulatfila, and for if all else fails, prayer. In the original Ktav Yad, handwritten manuscript, from which the printers took the text of Rashi, as well as the first and second printed editions of Rashi, the word is nigash, which is aligned with the text of the Chumash, Vayigash Avraham. All subsequent printings of Rashi present us with the words nichnas, Oluchol elu nichnas Avraham. And it is this word nichnas that becomes the focus of question 8. Why did Rashi change the terminology from that used by the Chumash, Vayigash, to the word nichnas?
This completes the set of 8 questions that the Rebbe raises with respect to Rashi's commentary to Bereshit 18:23. In the next panel we will sum up those 8 questions.